The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
But you weren't born to give up easy. You weren't raised to just lie down.
Friday. And I know you working people love that Friday comes so fast. Because if you off Saturday and Sunday, you can go home now, relax, and have a glass of champagne. LeRon, who drank my champagne? Did I do this? Man, I need a damn counselor. I need some help if that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And I can't even blame it on 45. I can't. LeRon, I can't even blame it on number 45. I drank that my damn self. Okay, so anyway, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I need anybody out there got an AA number. I want you to call in at 323-293-3375 and get that number to them for me, because I need it right now. I'm going to need it till 45 out of office. I'm sorry, Doc. I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. But listen, right now, guys, it's a wonderful Friday. And I got a wonderful guest that I'm going to be bringing up in just a minute. We got some things we're going to talk about. And we'll get to it, but I am going to mention it right about now. She wrote the book. She did it. Robin Friday wrote the book, A Song for You. My Life with Whitney Houston. She wrote the book. And I got to talk about it. Yes, I do. We got to delve into it. And guess what? In doing that, I will be pulling you into some of conversation about myself. So I've been a little nervous. I've been doing some self-inventory. Do I really want to talk about it? Because I really don't think there's much to talk about me when it comes to that, except that I am me. My mother's daughter, my children's mother, my grandkids' grandmother. Who I choose to spend my life with is my damn business. But we'll go there because there's some things we want to touch on. But here we go. Right now, I'd like to talk about a little bit of history, but let me do a shout out. My shout out is going to go out to Morris Media for always showing me kindness and consideration and giving me a home to do this. So, Portis, I thank you for that. Thank you for making us all at home and giving us a home. And Sheena, my producer, what would I do without you? I keep asking. LeRon, I done adopted him. Ain't that sad? I done adopted this child. You know what I mean? He's a young man. But if I can do anything to help this beautiful young brother, all he got to do is ask me. He that real. So I want to do that, and I want to shout out to my boy, Eric Clark. Why? Because he going to be able to do what I can't do today because of Whitney. Talk about the damn politics, the way it needs to be talked about. And I want to shout out to Al Toomer. Why? Al Toomer, you done asked me a lot of damn questions about being gay and things about gay and why this and why that. And this show is dedicated to you and for having me on your show with your crazy ass. And y'all, I owe Al Toomer dinner. Did you? Oh, hell, I gotta really check that out. I really do, yeah. Oh, see that? Al, like I said, I owe you dinner. I didn't forget. I got sick, man. So I owe you dinner. I thought you knew how to call out your debts. What's up? I gotta get dinner for you, man. So anyway, I owe Al Toomer Town dinner. Damn it, and he ain't saying nothing. What, you scared? You scared? You scared of a woman like this, huh? That's what Al would say, y'all. That's why I don't fool with Al. Al will pull you there. But listen, guys, let's do some history real quick while we're on here. And I was so on edge about this show, I forgot my glasses. And that's another shout out to Morris Media. They even provide reading glasses for the blind. So I forgot, man. I forgot. LaRon, what was I thinking about? Robin's ass for writing a damn book. But I'm proud of it. Don't take it wrong. Okay? So first of all, in 1636, a set of laws were enacted for the Plymouth colony of present-day Massachusetts. 8 offenses were deemed punishable by death, including sodomy. See, I give y'all a little bit of history because it's always good sometimes to think back and look at where we are today. Because like I said, we didn't just arrive here. Just poof. Things took place for us to be where we are right now. So I'm going to do that because it gives us something. It grounds us. And in 1969, Washington, D.C., on this day, now when I'm doing this is on the day of my show. So on this very day, in different times, these things occurred. Okay, so in 69, Washington, D.C., 500,000 protesters, including representatives of the Gay Liberation Front, staged a peaceful demonstration against the Vietnam War, including a symbolic march against death. We've been fighting for a long damn time in this LGBTQ community, ain't we? We've been really fighting, man. In 1970, guess what? Jet Magazine did. And I told y'all that I like Jet anyway. So this is just more reason for me to have a respect for Johnson and his creation. Because he, in 1970, featured a lesbian couple, Edna Knowles and Peaches Stevens, in their publication under the headline, Two Women Married in Chicago to Each Other. However, Jet noted that the Illinois Marriage License Bureau had no record of the union. The image caption refers to Stevens as the bridegroom. What the hell that mean? I don't know. Bridegroom. But doesn't matter. They loved each other. That's all that mattered. So, as a heart knows only another heart. Now, in 1977, the school board of Santa Barbara, California, votes to ban discrimination against students based on sexual orientation. It's hard out here for us. In 1983, Washington, D.C. Superior Court judge dismisses a lawsuit brought by gay students against Georgetown University 3 years prior, ruling that the students cannot force the university to grant their organization recognition because the federal government does not have an official national policy on homosexual rights. I bet they got that policy together quick. What do you think, LaRon? No policy. We got to get a policy together then. Hell. But y'all take it too damn long to get some policies together for Donald Trump ass, though. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Because we ain't hurt nobody. We ain't done half the shit he done did. You get what I'm saying? And guys, I'm just being real right now. In 1988, though, Alexandria, Virginia bans discrimination in employment, housing, and other practices based on sexual orientation. I cannot believe that on the night I'm talking about the book, all of these things happen. It's like a divine way of things falling in place, like it's meant to be. I believe in things being meant to be. So it's like it was meant to be for me to talk about this. Okay, so I'm on the right path. I'm on the right road. Robert Frost, you said a road not taken. I'm taking the road not taken, and that has made the biggest difference in my life. So I'm gonna stay on the road right now. And so now, in 1989, we coming close. Massachusetts becomes the second U.S. state to pass a statewide gay rights law. I got to go to Massachusetts, LaRon, one day, have a drink over there, celebrate, talk to them. I got a whole new profound light on them. I like Massachusetts, LaRon. I think I'm going to go and take them some champagne. In 1995, the Florida Baptist State Convention approves a resolution to encourage members to boycott the Walt Disney Company because of the company's extension of domestic partner benefits to its gay and lesbian employees. It's about that time to make a change. And in 1999, on this day, the Washington Times report claims George W. Bush ensured conservative supporters that he would not knowingly appoint any homosexuals as ambassadors or department heads in his administration if elected president. Come on, George. We just like a drug user or crackhead. Everybody got one in their family. Come on now, George. Why you gonna do that to us? Come on. You know. You know. Come on now. And if the book is right, you just might not know. So watch what you say. I think George has changed a lot since then. I'm going to give George his props. I like George now. I'm sorry. I do. I like him. I don't know what it's about him. He looks like he little sweet, innocent thing that they just used him. You know, they just used him. And I'm mad about that because George seems like he's a good guy. Anybody don't like me saying that, I don't give a damn. I think George got used. That's right. So in 2008, the comedian, actress, writer Wanda Sykes comes out at a rally in Las Vegas for marriage equality. She said, "I am proud to be a woman, proud to be black, and proud to be gay." Sykes was first recognized for her work as a writer on The Chris Rock Show, for which she won a Primetime Emmy Award in 1999. In 2004, Weekly named Sykes as one of the 25 funniest people in America. A month earlier, Sykes had married her partner Alex, a French woman who she met in 2006. The couple became parents on April 27, 2009, when Alex gave birth to twins. So, let's show that clip, LaRon, on Wanda Sykes. I think we got that clip.
I don't really talk about my sexual orientation. I feel like I had to. I was just living my life and not necessarily in the closet, but I was just living my life. Everybody that knows me personally, they know I'm gay. They know, and that's the way people should be able to live their lives, really. If we had equal rights, we shouldn't have to be standing out here demanding something that we automatically should have as citizens of this country. But I got pissed off. They pissed me off. And I said, you know what? Now I got to get in your face. And that's what we all have to do now. They pissed off the wrong group of people. They have galvanized the community. We are so together now, and we all want the same thing, and we are not going to settle for less. Instead of having gay marriage in California, no, we're going to get it across the country. Because when my wife and I leave California, I want to have my marriage also recognized in Nevada, in Arizona, all the way to New York. How can you stop people from loving each other? How can you get upset about loving? I'm sick of this stuff about, oh, well, you made that choice. That's your choice. Gay is not a choice. Being gay is not, that's like telling me I chose to be a woman. I chose to be black. So are we saying that if being gay is a choice, that people are straight because they chose not to be gay? But I am very proud. I am proud to be a woman. I'm proud to be a black woman. I'm proud to be gay.
Wanda Sykes, I'm gonna send you a gift. Get your address to me, because you already summed up the way I feel about it, what I would say, and what I think about everything you said is what I. This is true. I don't even know why I even got to, open my mouth. She summed it up. Again, it ain't like I was born black, and like I asked for it, I was born a woman. These choices were already made before I got here, and you got to go back. We'll talk about that. We're gonna delve into that. But I wanted to make sure you heard what Wanda had to say, and I applaud her for what she had to say, and she said it my way and her way. But right about now, Yovanovitch, I want to talk about with Ukraine. Her testimony, she was applauded when it was over. I mean, the applause was amazing. Why? Because she held nothing back. And she did it, and Trump guilty. Guilty. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it one more time to run. The people don't hear me. He guilty. So So y'all ain't got to worry. Sometimes it take time, but he on time. Am I right? And y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the higher power. Sometimes it take time, but he on time. Now, with Roger Stone's ass, you was guilty as hell on 7 counts. Rudy, you better pack your shit and try to go to the Ukraine. If you need some help getting out, you got your passport? You better get your ass on over there to the Ukraine or over there with Putin or somebody, because you next. Next. You know, like they say in the line, Rudy, I hope you done packed. Because everybody that touched Trump fall to the wayside. Matter of fact, they end up behind bars. And then I don't understand why y'all keep fucking with him. He would be like the plague to me. I'd be like Matrix. When he came near me, I'd be like the Matrix. Just, you know, he couldn't get near me, but y'all crazy asses, I don't get it. Okay, we know that Deval Patrick threw his hat. Threw it in the ring to run for president. Yes, he did. But also, remember he had a sit down about his wife, him and his wife about their daughter in 2015, and her coming out to them with her sexuality, letting them know that she was gay. And I was looking at it today, and he was talking about how they are proud and how they go to the parades and how they are very supportive of that. And I was thinking, you know, he would probably be a good spokesperson for the LGBT community. He's already standing with his daughter. And I want to see, do we have a clip with him talking about it? Because I saw the clip myself. Do we have one at all with Deval? Because I saw a clip that where he was talking about how she came out to him and how he felt about it, because he thought that it was something personally within their family, even though he was running for office, or he didn't feel like that was something that needed to be out. That was, and they let him know, his team let him know, no, you're going to have to address this publicly, because they all kind of come together. And so that kind of changed the way things went, because he had to definitely do this. Now, I think we don't we have a clip of Governor Patrick on the Catherine Pride Equality? Yeah. Because I want to look at that, and then we're going to go to break. And my dear said, I'm going to go to break.
She came out to us a long time before she came out publicly. To her family and friends. And I remember very matter-of-factly telling you that, you know, isn't this ironic? Catherine came out. And you said, this is news. And I said, it's another indication of how, you know, clueless I was about some of the puts and takes of politics. And I said, well, you know, this is a family matter. You said, no, this is news. We're going to have to say something, do something publicly. And she and I gave an interview to Bay Windows. And it was very nicely handled, and Catherine was stupendous. And then it got picked up, and not too long after that was the Pride Parade. The Pride Parade, right? Not too long after Catherine was out, was amazing. I mean, I've walked in the parade, I think every year since I was a candidate, and while serving, and it's always a trip. Diane and I were going to march with Catherine, and she was excited and wanted to be a part of it, and the cheers were extraordinary. We walked. I remember there was a woman who came out. The crowds were heavy, and there was a woman who came out from the crowds as we rounded one of the turns, I think onto Tremont Street at the bottom of Beacon Hill, and she was in her 70s. And she came running out, and of course the state police got nervous, and she grabbed my hands, and she said, I wish that I had had a father like you when I was your daughter's age.
Well, Deval Patrick now is threw his hat in to run in the 2020 election, and we wish him luck. All the candidates, we definitely wish them love and support, because whoever is the candidate for 2020, where I stand right now, they will get my vote. I will vote for a tree, even if it's just dropping leaves. And that's all it can do. I would do that before I stay in the situation that we are in now. Guys, what I'm going to do is take a break. I want you guys to enjoy what I'm showing you at the break. And I'm going to come back with my guest, Miss Fran. And we're going to talk about a song for you that was written by Robin Crawford, My Life with Whitney Houston. So we're going to delve into that as soon as I get back. You guys, give me two.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself.
Okay, we're back. That was Whitney Houston with The Greatest Love of All. She said, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Guys, I need you to call in at 323-293-3375. I'm going to have LaRon put the number under the screen for me if he can. And I want you to go to www.morrismedialive.com. I'm on live with Facebook, but I need you to go on and let me get the views. Show me some support. Give me some love. I want you to also hit the notification button and subscribe to Morris Media, okay? And that's www.morrismedialive.com. Please do that for me. I have a call, right, LaRon? I'm going to take the call because the call evidently is something they've already seen and want to talk about. And we're going to do that. Then I'm going to introduce Fran, my wonderful guest, and she and I are going to get into some conversation.
Okay.
This is Dionne Johnson. I'm just saying.
How you doing? How you doing, Miss Lady?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Who is this? Tell Dionne Johnson who I'm talking to.
Okay, this is Cam Henderson from Oklahoma City, calling from Warrensburg, Missouri.
Okay.
It's about 34 degrees. I'm at a team meal the night before a game, calling in and trying to have some conversation.
Yeah, this is my son.
Oh.
He's calling in freezing weather to talk to mama. That's what I call love and support. Just when I need you the most. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just listen to the show, man, and very interesting topic, man, and just wanted to call and have some feedback, man, and some call and response with you, and give my 2 cents and my spiel on it.
Okay, you're right, baby. Guys, I'm gonna go somewhere with it. I keep my family personal, but this is my youngest son. I had him when I was 16.
I'm the oldest.
I'm sorry. See, I'm getting old. See, mine getting old. That's what I'm saying. I'm almost 50 now. But this is my oldest. He's right, my oldest baby. I had him when I was 16. We kind of raised each other. So he is my son, my sage, my brother, and my love, the love of one of the loves of my life. My boys are all the men that I need. I always say that. All the loving men that I need other than through God and Christ. So my son, talk to me. What you got to say to mama? Don't say nothing wrong because I know where you live.
I got you. That's what I'm saying. Are we how much are we? Are we trying to keep it T-rated? Like, exactly where are we going? Like,
do you do what mama taught you to do? Be you, son.
But no. I just was calling, man. We talk all the time about it, man. I think your perspective, man, is a perspective unlike anything that's out there, man. I think coming from where you come from, especially us being Southerners, man, from Arkansas, where we come from, to now being in California and being a person who's a mother and a grandmother. And also very open and honest about who you are as a person, I think is amazing, man. And I think it's a perspective that's not heard too often.
Wow. Thank you, son. You need to borrow some money.
Yeah. I was about to ask you about this Cash App thing.
But thank you, son. Thank you. I know I took you guys on a ride, but you're stronger for it, baby.
No, without a doubt, man. I think anybody who grows up and is able to, I felt like I was blessed with it because at the same, more than anything, as well as I do, I remember when you were, I was about 6 years old. You were in college at the time, and you took I think it was a multimedia, some kind of multimedia music class, of course, or something like that. Well, the actual class, you had to record a music video. You and your group, you record a music video, do the video, you put it together, you direct it, you put it on tape, you present it to the class. Well, in the actual group, you were, I think you guys did a Mary J. Blige song or something like that. I think in the midst of you guys doing your number and doing the video, some guy walks by, like, grabs your hand, holds your hand, gazes at you. And you brought the video home and showed it to the family, and everybody said, "Oh, man, that's great. Oh, that was cool, man." And everybody walked out the room, and I took the tape, tore it up, and threw it across the street.
I wonder what happened to that damn
thing.
And
for years, I think I just admitted that I did that to you about 5 years ago. But I say that to say, man, I think for me, man, it was easier for me with the transition of you coming out and letting us know, hey, this is who I am, this is who I love, and this is who I've always been, and I want to be able to live in my truth and be able to do that. I think for me, that's been a lot easier for me than the latter, at least for me.
Okay.
I can't speak for the rest for the rest of us, but for me, more than anybody, I've been able to navigate that a lot easier than I think I would you being heterosexual and dating a guy, man. I think just at some point in time, man, with how you move and the way you go about taking care of stuff, man, I've never seen you as a person that needed a man around for anything. You know what I mean? And I just don't see how that would have worked out without me having to put my hands on somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, son. I love you. Thank you for calling in. Shocking me.
No problem.
But keep watching the show now, because I need you.
Hey, I will, and you enjoy the rest of your show. I love you to death, man. Give me a call when you finish up.
All right, now, I ain't got no money.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm doing okay for myself.
I know,
Life's
baby.
good right now.
I know.
All right, Ms. Lady. Love you.
Love you. Wow. I promise you I didn't even expect that one. Yeah, I cry, goddammit. I cry. I'm human. I ain't, I'm all tough. I'm hard, though. I'm hard, though. Anyway, we just saw the video with Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All. We know that Robin Crawford wrote her book, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. I have Frances Govins here with me. I invited her onto the show. She and I go back to Catch.
Yes.
Friends hanging out there. And as long as I've known Frances, she's always been trying to help and serve somebody.
Yes.
Especially the veterans. Frances have been doing that for 34 years, working with them, helping them get their benefits. She is someone that didn't leave them by the side, didn't just drop them off after they served their country. She understood through having family and friends that were in the military that they needed help and assistance, and that they were even they would be suffering from PTSD and things like that, and they needed help. And she's always been that help and guidance. As a matter of fact, she's been doing it for so long. I'm amazed that she's not gotten weary by now, but she's still out. And when you run into friends, she's talking to you if you're a veteran or even if you're going through something, trying to get you the help that you need. And I want you guys to welcome her with me. Her name is Frances Govins.
Yes.
And the sister is deep, but the sister gets it done. She helps. We're gonna even leave some information when we finish talking with the Veterans Crisis Line. She brought me some things and everything, and we're gonna share some information with you. She promised if I did this show, we would come back and talk about mental health and all of that, and we are, because for her coming here with this topic, I must think she considers me a friend.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because we at that age, ain't that right, friend?
Yes.
Where we still are right about the closet.
Oh, been here, done that.
Yeah. So for her to be here with me, friend.
Yes.
Did you see the book, friend?
I saw the book.
She wrote the book, friend.
Yeah, she wrote the book, but she kept the story to herself.
Yeah.
She was honest. She was real to it. She was true to it.
She was true to the game.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
She was honest to the cause and to the person. She didn't have to tell the story out front.
She did not, friend.
No,
That's what I was thinking about. She didn't have to do it.
No, she didn't.
And she did. And I felt like she probably, I want to know what you think about it, because what did you think when you found out the book was done? It was that, and she started out doing all of her, out pushing the book and talking about it. What were your thoughts about Robin? Do you believe her? Do you?
Well, it's no thought of mine. If I believe her, that's her story. Let her finally tell her story. We as a group of people need to stop. This is her story. She was there. We were not. We need to stop that, for real.
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, would you tell it? Would you mess up someone's career trying to tell it? Some do, just to get $1. She didn't do that.
You are
she
so
kept
right.
it to herself. She wrote the book when it was her time to write the book and tell her story, because either way, everybody was assuming anyway. Mm-hmm. But look how much of it made an ass out of them.
Yeah.
For assuming.
Yeah.
Because they didn't tell them that's what they were doing. Everyone was already assuming. You didn't even give them a chance to even have a life together. But look how beautiful they were together. They were working together. We were assuming that they were together. We weren't even supposed to be in their bedroom. We didn't know.
Yeah.
That was none of our business.
But I think, though, for her, it was a healing that she needed.
That's why she did it at her time.
Yeah. And I love the fact that she spoke in the book.
Elegantly.
In the book. Mm-hmm. That Whitney came to her and let her know that at this time, Whitney had just signed a contract and things were about to really take off.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that more. But I love the fact that she honored the friendship.
Oh, very important.
More than the relationship.
It was loyalty.
Yeah, Lord, that's a real love. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And she mentions how she asked Whitney, "Love me unconditionally." Mm-hmm. That Whitney asked her that. Mm-hmm. This is unconditional love.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To be there with someone that is in the caliber, and Whitney is forever. Someone will be trying to be Whitney or sing like her. Mm-hmm. There'll never be another Whitney.
No, not at all.
And for her to wait and come out and tell it as tastefully as she did. And you and I know what we mean when we say that.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people that got, I know you went got the book thinking you was going to get some raunchiness and all that. What page 250, 225, she was talking about that's what you thought. But the way she discussed it, she discussed it being, she didn't even give you anything. She just said it was a moment we shared. No one was there but she and I and the creator. That's taste.
Yes.
And for us in this as black women.
Yes. Strong.
In this LGBT thing, it's hard, It's hard. And I don't even want to say this because even though my son called and said, well, Mama, you were tough enough. I don't even think you needed a man. It wasn't about whether I needed one or not because I have 3 right now with them. But before that, I had brothers, uncles, you know what I mean? Right. So I love men. I still flirt every now and then. It wasn't about that. It was just about the truth of who I was.
Correct.
And my identity. But I never had tried to push what my sexuality was on anyone. I always wanted people to just love Dionne. Sharon, and I'm going to say it now because most people be shocked. I have some people in the family that call me Sharon. Very few. But Sharon Dionne Henderson Johnson. Henderson being the name that my mom and dad gave me. I always wanted people to just love me. I didn't want a title on it. I always just wanted to be Dionne. You know what I mean? Funny, loving, giving. You know what I mean? And what about you?
Yeah, I've always been Fran, Franny, Francis. I'm still me. I'm still the same person, same smile, same personality. If you like me, you like me. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I never wore labels. Still not going to wear them. I've been called some bad names. Whew. And for those who carry them, that's on you. That's not on me.
Girl, shake the dust
and
keep on walking.
I had to have thick skin going through school, high school, college. I don't have time for it. You're not paying my bills. I am. I feel like robbing.
Me too.
Okay.
And if you have any control over my life, I'm praying to the wrong person.
You're hanging around the wrong people.
That's right. Because you need to get some love in your life. Seems like they found that. Let's see this clip, LaRon. It was a deep clip. And everything. I'm going to get LaRon to run a clip. Guys, the main thing that Fran and I are trying to do is make you understand something. Love is love.
Yes.
A heart only knows only another heart. Now, people are going to hand you books and give you different things, mainly the Bible. And I never am I talking against the Bible, but if you want me to talk about the Bible, in this Bible that I was raised to read when I was 3 years old by my great-grandmother, that's how I learned how to read. And my mother can call if she wants. I knew how to read by the time I was 4. The main thing I remember in that Bible was that God is love. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the other thing was he didn't make no mistakes. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at me and telling me something's wrong with me, you're challenging my God.
Correct.
And then like Wanda Sykes, I hear people say, well, you made a choice. Well, you make choices all the time. You choose if you want to marry a man that's abusing you before you even get married. Mm-hmm. You choose if you want to date a white guy, Chinese. You're always making choices. You choose Correct. If you want to use drugs, if you want to drink. You're always making choices in life. It has nothing to do with that. That's life. And and the same thing about love. You choose who you want to love. Yeah, but sometimes the heart makes that choice.
Correct.
Sometimes the heart makes that choice. That's what they tell us we should lead with. Because you can see somebody. I see some fine guys. I know a lot of girls see them. And they come back to me, girl, I'm in love. Girl, you just looked at him.
Right.
Okay, who is he? Where does he work at? Who are some of his people? What's his last name? Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? That's love. LaRon, show the video.
You better do that check, that background check.
You better do more than that check. You better run that Social Security number. Right. And now you got to do it with both men and women.
Seemingly from day one, from the wedding night, from the honeymoon. You mentioned a lot of things that
the wedding was a celebration. It was a party. Mm-hmm. I mean, after the ceremony, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they said I do, and the music was on, and we had the best time.
Yeah. But you also mentioned, and this is, I wanted to save this, but it's such a great tidbit in the book, that Eddie Murphy had called her the morning of her wedding to Bobby.
Yeah.
And warned her not to marry him.
Yeah. I think it was like almost afternoon, because at that time she was in her bridal gown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were ready to go, and I had been going back and forth to her room, and I helped her mom. Her mom and I had put on her headdress. And at this point, it was just Sylvia and Whitney. Sylvia is her personal assistant, was with her all the time.
Yes.
And I came into the room, and Whitney said, "Guess who just called?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "Eddie. He must be out of his mind. Matter of fact, he is out of his mind. He's going to call me on my wedding day and tell me that I'm making a mistake."
Wow.
So the conversation went, only Whitney's in, "Yes, I am getting married. Yes, I am. Yes, I am." And obviously she did.
She did. Do you think she'd want people to know, we talk about her, I don't know, call it fluidity. You said you guys never discussed labels, so
yeah, I know.
The past when there was, more of a physical relationship, and the Bobby stuff, and do you think she was hiding that stuff for a reason? How do you think she would feel if she knew that this stuff was out now?
Well, what I share about, the physical component,
Sure.
the moment in our friendship.
It's never the wrong one. There you go.
It's funny that we were just talking. Eddie Murphy reached out to her to tell her he thought she was making a mistake. Hearing that, it kind of shook me. What about you?
Yes, and you had just said, we don't make mistakes. The mistake was him calling her and telling her that she was making a mistake. She didn't make a mistake. She did how she felt. She did just what she wanted to do.
She wanted to marry Barbara Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a choice she made.
Yes.
Now, if we look down the road, it may not have turned out the way, and you would think, well, maybe Eddie knew something. No. He may have felt something or thought something. I may have thought it wouldn't get that serious, but that was the wrong time to call.
Yes.
For me, that's the wrong time to call. If you hadn't told me before I'm in the dress, ready to go down, and we friends, don't call me now. You know what I mean? When I'm ready to go out and say I do. Let me see another clip real quick, LaRon. It's a lot we got to talk about. We just got to try to get it through.
Robin first met the future pop star when they were teenagers, and they quickly became inseparable. Until now, she's never spoken publicly about their relationship, but in her new book, A Song for You, Robin Crawford is finally sharing everything from their intimacy to Whitney's battle with drug addiction. We're going to talk to Robin in just a moment, but first, more on Whitney Houston's dramatic life in the spotlight. With that mind-blowing voice and irresistible charisma, Whitney Houston commanded the charts in the 80s and 90s. With hit after hit, sellout tours, and on-screen roles, she became one of the biggest pop stars of all time.
She just had a very angelic, beautiful presence about her.
Robin Crawford was Whitney Houston's best friend, and more.
We were intimate on many levels. All I can say is that it was very deep, and we were very connected.
After nearly 4 decades of silence, she's now opening up in her new book.
We just loved each other. It was beautiful. And I hope that in doing this, that there would be no more questions.
And she's speaking out about Whitney's lifelong struggle with drugs.
When did you realize that the drugs had become a problem?
I would remind Whitney, now we said doing coke couldn't go where we're going. She was having difficulty stopping.
Houston died from accidental drowning in 2012 and the effects of heart disease and cocaine use.
And I was shattered. I could still feel that.
Now, 7 years later, Robin Crawford is also revealing more joyful memories to help cherish and celebrate Whitney Houston's remarkable legacy.
I watched her rise to the top of her game, and I felt compelled to share who that woman was behind all the fame.
Wow. So, where we at now? What you think, Fran?
was breathtaking.
Yeah, and you were saying that you were so proud of Robin.
Yes, for telling her story. She the only one that could tell that story of her and Whitney. Can't take anything away from her.
Is it that she did it so tastefully?
Yes, that part. She really did. She did it very tastefully.
Which tells you that she loved her.
Yes, they loved each other in their own way. Stop trying to take away from that. Love is love.
Yeah, and because I in reading the book and look, I noticed that Whitney's main concern at that time was being accepted, especially when her career was about to pretty much rising and trying to take off. And that's another thing that I think was a concern.
And the public.
Yeah, always the public. Look what happened with Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, do we have the clip with Wendy Williams? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I want to show that because it tells why they vowed to just be friends. When you hear something like that, think about it. If you're intimate in a relationship with someone, doesn't matter who, and all of a sudden that person comes to you and says, "I want to be just friends." That's asking a lot if your heart is involved.
Yes.
And looking at this, don't you think that Robin's heart was involved?
Oh, deeply. But there was only so much she could do because she had so much respect for her also. And she was working for her.
And she just probably knew that I'm going to be your friend.
Yes. First.
And foremost.
Yes.
And guys, that's probably why we have a lot of marriages that are in trouble. Mm-hmm. It isn't about male, female,
yes.
woman to woman, man to man. It doesn't matter. In a marriage, you got to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have something in common. You got to have something. It doesn't matter about what sex, what gender you are. When you commit to something that is going to be that you think is going to be forever and long lasting and long standing.
Yes.
You got to make sure that you have something more than, because at the end of the day, when we talk about homosexuality, sex is in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the center of it all. Because it's judged upon who's having what with who.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Who are you choosing to have what? Sex with. And that's personal. That's a private thing. Your bedroom and what you do, that's private.
Yes.
If you want it to be, it should be for me. So at the end of the day, you're talking about who I want to have sex with.
Yes.
And a lot of parents are dealing with things, because nowadays in this generation, when we came up, you heard my son's house in the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You grew up, tell them where you grew up at.
Back east, Chester, Pennsylvania.
But it wasn't something you just said, was it?
Right. No, it wasn't.
So at the end of the day, it wasn't something, and nowadays.
It was just more of hush-hush. We had them around in our area, bad names being called. I mean,
And then in some, it was like,
terrible to me.
It was some, it was
shameful.
like, just don't say it, but don't speak.
That? Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? The names are horrible, but at the end of the day, a lot of them, it was like, we know, but we can't say it.
Say it, right.
I have an uncle that, rest his soul, you know, but you better not say it.
That's why I always tell people, you got them in your family too, and some of them you just don't know about.
And some you just act like it's just,
yep.
That's him. No,
Mm-hmm.
But
why?
But now we have a lot of kids that are coming out at a young age. You know what I'm saying? 4, 5, 6. I tell people I knew when I was 9, but it wasn't a norm, so I better not say it. I better not say one word.
Correct.
But what do you think about the young when they're coming out that young?
Well, personally, I think that the parents and the family members need to love their children more, no matter what. Please, I'm putting this out there. Please love these kids more. That's all they need is love. We're judging for the wrong reasons, and we're throwing them to the wolves, and that's not good. They're still human beings. You're making a judgment too fast. You don't know because they act one way.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
then
healthy.
at that age, it's still growing.
Well, yes.
And for me, I think, and I, as a parent, you know, had I not been, you know, gay, as a parent, and my child came to me, my first thing is, you're a child, and you're having some issues, and we're gonna discuss it. Come on, let me hold you. We're going to talk about this. Let's shut down. Let's talk. Because if you're 4 or 5, I'm in control of my home. I'm in control of your life right now. So I'm going to love on you and listen to you. And I shouldn't even be worrying about sexuality because you ain't even got to that age yet, that level. You ain't reached that yet. We ain't finna even talk about that. Now, you like a dress, that's fine. I like, you know, at that time, I like dresses. Won't put it like that since they looking at me. I played with dolls. I didn't play with trucks.
Right.
And I damn sure didn't get out in the dirt playing baseball. I was so feminine, it wasn't funny. But look at me now. So my point is, I was the opposite. So if that's how you feel, then let's work with it within this house. You want some colors? They got flowers every day. You can wear pink, any color you want. You want to wear a flower shirt, wear it.
And since you mentioned that, let's touch on this just real quick. Why is it that, and this is truth, and I just saw it, why is it that those who have money, it's okay, but those of us that are just average, ordinary people, it's not okay? Y'all could have a conversation about us, but those who have money, let's speak on truth now. You don't want to have a conversation. You have something bad to say about us. But those that are in the limelight, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You really don't want to have a discussion about them, but if you do, you having it quietly.
Yeah,
that's
you
not
right.
fair.
It's like you gotta
Come
accept.
on
Yeah,
now.
you got. It's all the same.
Kids are kids.
Yes,
let them be kids. We're adults, and you're gonna tell us we should know better? No, let the kids be kids. If they want to run around, let them run around.
Because
They're
at the
in
end of the day, we don't
their
even
own home. Even if you bring them out, they're learning who they are. We're taking away everything these days from kids.
And in a time when they see so much.
Yes.
And so much
yes.
is there and they're confused. So they are
Commercials,
finding themselves. Yes.
everything.
They are finding themselves. First of all, their friend Lil Johnny got 2 dads. You know what I mean? And Karen got 2 moms. And they're over. So it's a lot going on. So don't just get yourself caught up in one thing. Your job is to love that child and guide him and guide him. Not your way. Because you had him, but you were just a vessel. He has his own life to live.
Right.
Your job is just to give him what he needs. Let's look at that clip with Wendy and Robin.
Something that's beautiful. You kind of keep it safe, and that's what we did. We kept it safe. It was between us. It stayed between us, and our friendship flourished because. You know, we sacrificed that for where we were going. And because of that, that rise was beautiful. It was awesome.
But why did the romance end? The romance.
You say, okay, you know, Whitney said to me one day, she came to my house and she said, you know, I don't think we should be physical. And because where we're going, if people found out about it, they would just use it against us. It's kind of like fuel for the fire. It was the 80s, and that's how it was. You were either this or that. Women were treated, you couldn't see 2 of your favorite female artists on the same ticket. That was like a far-fetched dream. And I think spiritually, for her and her belief, everyone knows Whitney gave a testimony before every award show who she gave her thanks to. And she was steadfast and steady on that. She never wavered. I took her lead. I chose to love her unconditionally.
And she
I
gave
didn't
you the
really know
Bible.
what that word meant. Yes, she gave me a Bible. It was in a box, and she gave me a Bible. And she said, love me unconditionally.
Aww.
And I aspired to do that. And that's why I could sit here now. That woman's spirit is like this. She be here, right here.
So prior to her meeting and marrying Bobby Brown, she did have a few different boyfriends, including Eddie Murphy and including, it was a football player or a basketball player, I forget. I was on the radio yip-yapping.
Yep, yeah, you were.
All right, well, all right now.
Big time.
But she had these different relationships. And Jermaine Jackson, who I understand, he was the one that you weren't jealous of Eddie.
Whew. That was deep. That's what love is. That's what friendship is. You know what I mean? To still want to be your friend. Because I know some people right now dismiss you. Won't take your call, won't do anything. You know what I mean? So I noticed you said, woo.
I'm going to have quite a few of them. Bye-bye. Y'all might as well delete yourself. Because if you didn't know, you know now.
Yeah.
But I ain't never bother y'all. Y'all don't bother me.
Yeah.
I am who I am. I've always been like this. I am not going to change for anyone.
No, live your truth. Live your truth.
To.
You got to, because
all these people in a closet.
Come on. And then look at Robin. She still lived her truth. We have a call. I have a friend, Cindy Davis. I am so proud of her. And she's living her truth. You know what I mean? It feels good when you do you.
Yes.
Because when you try to do what other people want you to do, you're not living for you. People gonna talk regardless. Mm-hmm. If you do it the way they want you to do it, then they're gonna find something else to talk about. So at the end of the day, it's best that you do you. Mm-hmm. Live your best life. This is Dionne Johnson. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's not on.
Hey, Dionne. It's Mariana.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm living my best life.
I know you are. Hey, I just wanted to say that, I'm from the Netherlands, so same-sex marriage and everything has been legal since April 1st, 2001. Mm-hmm. So I grew up with gay people being just as normal as heterosexuals or whatever is in between. Mm-hmm. And talking about the book of the lady that was with me, it kind of makes me feel like, why didn't she choose to keep it intimate as it was? And why did she choose to bring it out and go to the public? If you have shared a special moment with somebody, you can just keep it to yourself as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I agree. It goes both ways. It's true.
Did she say anything about it in the book?
Why she chose? She said she was still consistently hearing things, and they were not telling it right. And she wanted to be the one to tell it the way that it needed to be told, that it was time for it to be told in her words. So there would be no speculation, no this. She really was at the point where they were making it something, and they were not giving it what it really was. Mm-hmm. And what I agree with you, but what I completely agree with you sometimes, and believe it or not, I'm where you at. Some things you never tell.
Right.
You know, but because this woman was so well known, and because Robin now, every time she's out, everyone knows who Robin Crawford is anyway. There may be a lot of things she was facing with her children, because, she's married now and has kids. You know what I mean? So she probably was like, let me just put this out, because she did it very tastefully.
Okay.
She never spoke on what the moment was. We have to assume it could have been a kiss.
Yeah, right. Well, if there were speculations, then she's right to put it straight.
Yeah. She just wanted the world to understand what she and Whitney shared, and put it out there. And I love the fact that you really still don't know what they shared, but you know it was a deep friendship and a loving friendship, because we still don't. That's what I love about it. She didn't get graphic. She didn't do it. She said we shared a moment.
Right. Okay. But she's still making a lot of money out of it.
Yeah, she is. She's making some money out of it. And I think she probably figured she was going to have to face that question anyway. As far as, if she wrote the book anyway, I wouldn't have just gave it away for free. But you know what I mean? So since she was going to write the book, go ahead and make your money. I just like the fact that she showed a respect for Whitney and kept a queen a queen. She didn't go dab very dirtily into the drug habits. She didn't talk about, the mother, da-da-da. She touched on everything and did not have to degrade anyone.
Okay.
It was like, I'm just freeing myself. I'm finally setting my spirit free. Sometimes, remember Tyler Perry said that Oprah Winfrey used to say that writing is lethargic. It helps you get things out. Mm-hmm. So maybe this was her therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I totally understand. Going through this process. So, but thank you so much for calling. Yes. Thank you. From the Netherlands. Come on now. Okay. You're here now, but thank you for calling. Keep reaching out to us, okay?
I will. Keep on going.
All right, now I will. I promise.
All right.
All right, now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, guys, do we have another clip, LaRon? Did we talk about when she was working with Sammy? Okay, so we're good, guys. We with Whitney, you got to give a queen her time, her just due. And the book, you guys can get it on Amazon if you want the book. Here's another thing that I am going to do. On Facebook, I have a site. If you hit me up, the first one, if you're the 200th person to hit me up, give me your address, each one of you, and I would promise you, I will send you the book. I will send you the book. It's a great read, and I think that you should have it. So promise me that you will do that, and I will give you the book. I assure you. So the 200, when I reach 200, so when you let me know that you like the show and you watched the show, tell me something that I said in the show. Just give me a brief something that you liked that we talked about. 200, I'll mail you the book. I promise you that. The book is yours, without a doubt. It's called A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston by Robin Crawford. And the book is yours. All you have to do is reach out to me, and you'll have the book, without a doubt. So make sure that you do that. And again, keep tuning in at www.morrismedialive.com on Fridays 5 to 6, and calling in at 323-293-3375. You will be seeing Fran again.
Yes, you will.
I assure you.
I would love to come back.
Fran brought me something from the Veterans Crisis Line. And there's a number on here. I want Fran to tell people what this number is and what it will do before we waltz out and end the show. What is this for?
Yes, this is a Veterans Crisis Hotline that you could call. Please reach out. It is help out here now for our veterans. And it's 1-800-237-8255. And it's help out here for you now. Please reach out. It's help out here for you. And I love you.
Another thing, Fran is going to come back. She's going to be a repeat guest. So I got to have her back because we talked about Whitney. We are sisters in this walk, in this LGBT community. We've been sisters for a while.
Yes.
And we partied together.
Yes.
And when I reached for her, she was there. That's one thing I love about the family.
Yes.
People want to know about our family. If they want to know, they need to hang out with us. We're lovely. We share love. We
Real
really look
love.
out for you. You better ask somebody. You slip and say the wrong thing on TV.
Yeah.
Your career might be over if you're talking about one. You say the wrong word about one of us. We stick together.
Right.
And there's love out there for us. So to all of you guys, we love you. Fran, she's going to be back. We're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about veterans, and we're going to talk about how to get help and about help in the community and how we need to start helping people this is why we see a lot of the people that are out there are homeless. Guys, I got to get out of here. I gave Miss Whitney Houston and Miss Robin Crawford more time. It may get into my time. They talking about her making money for the book. Robin, can you send me $1? I went over my time, girl. Y'all, LaRon, I need you to do me a favor. You love me? Can you send me home right? I want you to send me home with my girl, though, because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Live your truth. And as Whitney said, the greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. Don't wait on somebody else to do it for you. Learn to love who you see in that mirror. Learn to love yourself. God damn it, I love me. LaRon, give me some Whitney. I want to make love. I want to make love. People love me.
Go out and see Queen and Slim.
Yes.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all